I'm mad, I can't believe WWE did this. Roman Reigns claims he's the needle mover. What a joke. If you've been watching my channel for a while now, you know that I'm the original needle mover. I've been moving your needles to the moon after every time you click that like button for years now. And I mean, the shirt looks alright. You know, it breaks the fourth wall. It's okay. But it's nothing, and I mean nothing compared to the original needle mover t-shirt. And you know, I'm offended, goddammit. You know, I've been trying to change lives right here by, you know, increasing the size of your Coco Jumbo, Bazooka, Schmeckle, Needle, and Roman Reigns is using that for cheap pop. And all I was trying to do is send a positive message. So what now, people? Are y'all gonna act like I never helped you increase the size of your Coco Jumbo, your Needle? I don't know. I'm angry. I am angry. Another theory is that Roman Reigns is responding to CM Punk. So basically, a couple of months ago, Roman Reigns said CM Punk was not as over as John Cena and never moved the needle like The Rock. Oh, the disrespect. Now you're calling me The Rock? Sure, maybe I copied The Rock's nickname, The Great One, but you don't need to call me The Rock. In all seriousness though, I see a lot of people having a problem with it, overreacting. I think it's a cool t-shirt, you know, breaking the fourth wall, and it does look pretty okay. It's cheesy, I know, but he's a heel, and it's something that I don't think we saw before. Lucky enough, you guys know who's the real needle mover, so welcome back to the channel. Make sure to click that like button, subscribe, notifications, bells, whatever you need to do. This SmackDown sucked ass. Like, it really sucked ass. A dirty one. The thing is, I never actually thought that way. People kept saying that for a year now, that SmackDown is basically a Roman show. And for the most part, yes, I can see where you're coming from, because Roman Reigns is the most entertaining superstar in the WWE. The thing is, though, lately, that really shows. Like, outside of Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, this show was an absolute abomination. Amigos, I hate to be negative, but this show, for like 40 or 50 minutes, was absolutely worthless. We see Paul Heyman waiting for Roman Reigns to arrive, which is pretty interesting, you know. I want to see how Roman Reigns is going to react. You know, last week Paul Heyman was simping for Brock Lesnar, which is understandable, and I would never blame anyone for doing that. But Roman Reigns should probably question Paul Heyman's loyalty. And then we jump straight into a tag team match. Sasha Banks and Toni Storm versus Charlotte Flair and Shotzi. I'm not saying the match was bad, it was okay, but it was basically 20 minutes of something that people don't really care about because the story is pies. They're fighting over pies, which looks like mayo. What kind of pie is that? It's freaking disgusting. I hate that. Why am I so angry? Yeah, it's just about the needles, man. It's all about the needles. You can't claim that you're the Coco Jumbo mover when you have the Great One doing that on YouTube for years now. I would be happy with the match if at least we got something significant out of it. Sure, Toni Storm won, but barely. It's one of these victories that are not doing anything. I won by a fluke, which basically makes me into more of a loser, I guess. You know what I mean? So yeah, the babyface team won. Then we saw Boogs kissing Xavier's hand. We see the Usos challenging the New Day. I don't know, this show is getting really repetitive, and I hate that because for the most part, I really enjoy SmackDown. We saw the Viking Raiders with a new theme song, which I think is pretty good. You know, I never liked their previous theme song. This one is a bit more, you know, it basically has a lot more personality. Speaking of personality, we saw Shanky in the match with Jinder Mahal against Viking Raiders. Like, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to care about this? And of course, the Viking Raiders won. Why Shanky and Jinder Mahal are a tag team? It does nothing for them. It does nothing for entertainment. It does nothing for SmackDown. What's the point? Someone arrives and Paul Heyman expects Roman Reigns. Well, it's our farmer boy with crazy swag, Brock Lesnar. Were you waiting for somebody else, Paul? Actually, yes. Roman Reigns? Yes. Good luck with that. The manners. Great manners by Brock Lesnar. You know this man was raised right. Good job, Papa Lesnar. Then we saw Happy Talk, and they made fun of Drew McIntyre, made a couple of horrible jokes that they're so bad to the point that I sometimes don't even get it. Maybe that's the point. I don't know. I know it's supposed to be bad, but sometimes it's so bad I don't even understand what's the joke. So Riddick cannot get the sword out of the table, and Baron Corbin thinks he's joking around. It's a good Adam Pearce impression. Well, Baron Corbin can get it out as well. We see Drew McIntyre, he attacks Corbin and Riddick and gets the sword out of the table, no trouble. And he tried to kill the guy, which is not that big of a deal. Again, it's been 44 minutes of television, and it's Raw. It feels like I'm watching Raw at this point. Like, this week's Raw was better than SmackDown. Outside of, obviously, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, but this was... It's boring. What's the point? Who honestly gives a crap about Drew McIntyre versus Baron Corbin? Sami Zayn says, it's Christmas, it's the holidays, and it's the time of giving. So we should give you something. No. I earned it already. I earned the WWE Championship opportunity, but I got robbed. You like the Intercontinental Championship, right? Sure. So what about next week? 12 days of Christmas, a gauntlet match. Winner gets the opportunity to face the Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Sami obviously doesn't like the idea that much because he has to beat 11 other men, but okay. I mean, I've said it 1,000 times already, but Sami Zayn can make everything entertaining, and he was great in this. But yeah, people complain so much to the point about the Intercontinental Championship that they're finally giving us the Intercontinental Championship title match. I mean, who's the champion? You probably forgot. But I'm here to remind you that it's Shinsuke Nakamura. Another match between Sheamus' new lover and Cesaro. Before the match, Cesaro got attacked and Cesaro lost again. It feels like I'm having a deja vu. Naomi says she wants one thing for Christmas, and it's a match against Sonya Deville. Deville says, no, when I'm in that suit, you're not supposed to attack me, but you're gonna have a match against Shayna Baszler. And then, Sonya Deville acts like she's going to wrestle Naomi, and of course, as expected, Shayna Baszler attacks Naomi from behind. Like, I don't mind these storylines, most of it. It's just that it's the same crap over and over again. I hate to see SmackDown like this. But Naomi still won the match. Ever since Shayna Baszler moved to SmackDown, at first it seemed like she's going to get a big push and finally treated as, a main eventer because she has the vibes of Ronda Rousey in a way, so I was happy about it. But now she's just third-wheeling everything. Like, I can't take her seriously anymore, which is a shame. Then we saw the New Day versus the Usos. Again, deja vu. And again, the match was alright. I don't mind it. The New Day won, so I believe they're gonna get the championship opportunity right now. Roman Reigns finally arrives to SmackDown and he's having none of it. My boy Paul Heyman is in some trouble. So we see the bloodline in the ring and Roman Reigns goes straight to the point. Now I want you to be honest. He obviously asks all the questions he asked before. Did you know about Brock Lesnar being at SummerSlam? And basically every other question he asks. And then he says, one last question and I want you to answer that. Can I trust you? And this was actually a very good segment. That was quite possibly the only highlight of the show. Something that, is worth rewatching if you missed SmackDown on YouTube. So this was good, and especially the acting of Paul Heyman. This was really, really good and very, very powerful. So basically what I'm talking about is all the facial expressions, and Roman Reigns asks, why are you protecting Brock Lesnar from me? My tribal chief, I'm not protecting Brock Lesnar from you. And then he gets emotional. He can't believe what he's about to say. He looks at the sky as if God is gonna give him the answer. I was protecting you from Brock Lesnar. This was powerful. This was great. This right here is good television. It's a shame that everything else on SmackDown is really, shit. Then Roman Reigns hugs Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman says, I love you, my tribal chief. And it seems like, Roman Reigns kinda appreciates the honesty, and that's exactly what he said actually. Thank you for 40 years of service. You're fired. And then we see a Superman punch. Roman Reigns was about to do at this point I call it the edge spot, but we see Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar destroys the Usos and F5s Roman Reigns 2 times. The commentators did a great job by saying maybe Paul Heyman is right. Maybe Roman Reigns needs to be protected, from Brock Lesnar. So this was all great. Roman Reigns did a great job. Paul Heyman did a great job, and even Brock Lesnar did an amazing amazing job. This storyline is great, and it makes day one even more interesting. It makes next week's SmackDown even more interesting. What's gonna happen with Paul Heyman? Is he still gonna be with Roman Reigns? Is Paul Heyman gonna help Roman Reigns to win the match? And that's gonna be my prediction. Paul Heyman is gonna prove his loyalty to Roman Reigns by costing Brock Lesnar the match. And that's how the bloodline is still gonna be a thing. Great stuff. Great stuff. And I'm not hating on the WWE. You know, I'm a big fan of SmackDown. I'm more like a disappointed parent because I want to see SmackDown succeeding. I want to see SmackDown being as entertaining as it used to be. So thank you for watching this video, everyone. Make sure to check out my other content. Like, subscribe, notifications on, whatever it is to get my content on your feed. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.